Hi. I didn't realize my vlog yesterday was so long. Sorry. I will not allow that to happen again. I just got done with the treadmill. My head, every morning now, my head feels so woozy and spacey and dizzy, and neck's really bad again today. I guess that adjustment she gave me is now totally worn off because I'm in a lot of distress with my neck. But, I'm getting in the shower right now. My plan was to do the treadmill, check, shower, that's on deck, and then I'm gonna do my best to get to the store. Either my husband can take me or I'm gonna take myself, but I'm gonna go to the store. So I'll check in with you later. Let's get the shower. The shower in itself is so hard, and then drying my hair. Unlike some of you, I have all these layers and stuff, and if I let my hair just dry naturally, it would take 2 hours to dry naturally, A, and B, it would be flatter than it already is, and I only look good with big hair. That's why I have this, it's not a tick, but it's just something that I do constantly, so it's constantly doing this, pulling up on my hair, constantly. As you've watched me do it, I do it constantly. People in church would laugh because people sit behind me and they're going, you know what, you're always doing that with your hair. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I do it with anyway. So that's why I have to dry my hair. So drying my hair takes everything out of me too. So I will check in with you later. I'm going to try to keep this under 20 minutes today. Bye. All right, so let's see. Shower, check. Hair dry, check. Lunch eaten, check. Neck is back to killing. I mean, I'm going to have to take some Motrin at some point, but I'm holding off. As most of you probably do the same thing. Oh, everything hurts. It just hurts. Hurts so bad. Oh. I try not to take Motrin. But I'm right now just trying to figure out, do I go ahead and get in the car and drive? I'm not dizzy. I'm spacey. Very, like cotton, as Jen calls it, glue. I call it the kaleidoscope head. Balloon being blown up in my brain and pushing my brain to the side. So it's, but a lot of times once I get behind the wheel, that gets better. But I think that's with the male debarkment. So it's -16 out. So who wants to go out in that? But we do have heated seats in our car, along with heat, obviously. I'm going to go to the store one way or another, whether I drive myself or I have my husband. I'm just trying to determine what to do. So I will get back with you and let you know. I'll probably let you, if I'm driving, I'll click on and say, look at me. That is just so horrendous. And I was thinking today, 2 years ago, this was still not constant like it is now. I might have had it every day, but not all day long, constant. And it is now constant. I remember a time that by afternoons I'd feel the best. Like after 3, 4 o'clock, I would go to church in the evening, the Saturday nights. I would go, that's when I would do my shopping. I would go and do things in the late afternoon going into the evening because I would almost feel normal. I don't ever feel like that anymore, ever. So now I just have to figure out when can I push and get through and out. So I'm gonna sign off, and hopefully I'm putting heat on my neck right now to try to simmer this down because it's just, it's killing me. And it's, those lymph nodes are so swollen. I don't understand how you can have a swollen lymph nodes forever. It doesn't make sense to me. Well, I'll talk to you later. Well, I'm getting ready to leave. Say hi, said, oh, he's not in the car yet. He's driving me. He doesn't want me driving, and he's probably making a smart choice. I shouldn't drive, so we're on our way. Fingers crossed that I can do this and not pass out. I just took 400 milligrams of Motrin because my neck is literally on fire. It hurts bad. So I'll check in with you later, but I am going to, and I should have a hat on, but because it is minus 16. It is frigid. Need a hat. All right, talk to you later. Okay, we're leaving. Huge fail. I got everything done. Oh, there's Sid. Say hi, Sid.
Well, hello.
It is a good thing he drove because I'm so dizzy. In the store, it was really bad. If not for the car, I would have been on the floor. A couple times, literally, I felt the whole room moving around me. It's bad. Don't do that, Sid, please. So, we're on our way to my mother's to drop off some of the things that I picked up for her, and then home, and then that's it. So I popped in to let you know that I didn't get to the store, but I feel horrible. Even with the Motrin, I feel horrible. So, alright, pop in again later. Hi. Just got home. Let me shut this door. Yeah, I look a wreck because I am a freaking wreck. Total wreck. I really have no business caring for my mother, and I don't really care for her that much because I have AIDS doing 99.9% of the work, but the interaction I have with her is not healthy for me or her. She's miserable, and for some reason she's really miserable to me. And it just gets me riled up. I get there, she's in bed. She's always in bed. Doesn't matter what time of the day, she's always in bed. Because she doesn't have any interest in doing anything. She doesn't even watch TV anymore. She just eats, potties, and goes to bed. But anyway, there was a note from the aide who had been there at lunchtime stating that for 2 days now, when she came at lunch to give her lunch, there was no evidence that the morning aide had done anything. She was still in the same pajamas for 2 days straight. Hair had not been even washed or brushed or combed, cleaned up. No personal care had been done on her. So I say to her, Mom, let's get you in some clean clothes. And she immediately starts fighting me and arguing with me and giving me, there's a fight with everything. And I'm like, sorry, I can see my hair and I can see anyways. I should just let it go and let her do whatever she wants. She's going to die in her own juices. Let her die in her own juices. That's what my husband says. She's very nice to Sid because Sid doesn't engage her into doing anything. He just, makes small talk with her. I'm the one who's like, have you eaten? Let's get you cleaned up, that kind of stuff. And she wants none of it. And she's just so bitter and mean to me that I finally just said, you know what, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. She said, well, before you go, find out whose scarf that. And somebody had left, one of the aides left their scarf there. Whose scarf this is? And I said, no, I'm not doing anything for you. You have a nice life, and I'll see ya. Bye. And I walked out. I'm just like done. Just done because I know that most of it is not her fault. She's got advanced dementia. But she was miserable, mean, spirited woman before this, and she and I never had a good relationship ever in my life. Never been close to her. Never really had any connection with her. So, with that being said, it makes it even harder when you're in this kind of mind frame to be kind to somebody. I don't know. Every time I think I've got it together and that I'll be able to figure this out and not lose my temper with her and, just be whatever it is she needs me to be. And then I get there and she says things to me that just, I can't even, there's so many things. She just says everything in such a snide, biting remark. And I've just gone grocery shopping for her. And if she had any clue that little thing takes so much out of me, but she of course doesn't, and why would she? But I'm always making sure everything is in place, that she has everything she needs. So when I get there and she's in bed, where she's always in bed, and find this note stating how you see her is how she's been for 2 days now, I'm like, let's get you cleaned up. Let's pull those teeth out and clean those dentures. Well, and of course, everybody's lying. How would she know that my teeth haven't been cleaned? And I'm like, I'm not quite sure, Mom. She's just saying that no personal care has been done on you for 2 days. Well, you're going to believe them over me. You're going to believe anyone over me. And I'm like, yeah, because you can't remember 2 seconds ago. Because literally I said, I'll read you the note Kayla wrote to me. Well, I don't remember any Kayla being here. And I go, well, see, that's what the problem is. It's 2:30 and Kayla was here at 12. And you already don't remember. So will you please trust me that you don't and then that's the whole conversation. And my husband's always like, why do you engage in that conversation? Just, okay, agree with whatever she says because she's nuts. Anyways, I'm venting because the stress just makes it so much worse. Somebody just recently was talking about, you have to let the stress go out of your life. And I'm like, really? Come live in my world for about 5 minutes. All I've had is stress this last year. And 2018 isn't looking a whole heck of a lot better. But anyways, we got to Walmart. We got everything we needed. I got to my mother's. I dropped off more stuff for her. And I'm back home. So I accomplished what I need. Oh, and I got several more things of my yarn to finish up my daughter's scarf. And I felt like crying in the store. I literally felt like I was going to fall out crying because it was so annoying that I'm so dizzy. And I was like, oh my God, I just want to cry because it's like, why won't it stop? Why won't... I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Talk to you later. Hi. So since I was here last, I've done some knitting, I did some eating, I did some reading. Reading on the 4th chapter of the book I got from my friend. And there's only 10 chapters, so I said I'd be done with it in a couple days. I will be. It's making me reflect on the things I think and feel, which is always, this makes no sense. A friend of mine and I were just chatting back and forth a while ago saying just that. This makes no sense. It makes no sense to leave us. We're not, as I said yesterday, furthering the kingdom. I'm not furthering the kingdom. I don't have a ministry. Unlike Joni Eareckson Tada, who out of her quadriplegia has this huge ministry from that. I'm not downplaying the pain and suffering she has endured. I wouldn't even try to pretend to think I have even a lick of what she's gone through. But she has gone further in for the kingdom. And I am sitting in my bed doing nothing. Going to Walmart is next to impossible some days because my brain is so diseased. Excuse me. So then I think, well, okay. I did I witnessed to my stepmother, and she's come to the Lord in the last 2 years, and hopefully my father will, from maybe things that I had said to him the other day. Getting a weird sick headache. It's getting to be like the norm for me, these weird sick headaches. And I'm not on any antibiotics. I stopped the antibiotics a couple days ago, so can't blame it on that. Anyway, so I already knew that we all are healed. By his stripes, we are healed. That's a promise. That's not a maybe. It's you will be healed. It doesn't say when we'll be healed. And so I keep going back to, well, my healing's going to come when I leave this earth. Well, let me leave this earth then. Don't leave me here. Because this is, as I said the other day or yesterday, I don't know, I repeat myself all the time, that I feel like I'm just wasting air. And then if you were to ask my kids, they'd say, are you kidding me, Mom? We need you. We have to have you. You are so important to us. You're there for us every single day. You're a phone call away, no matter what. I want to be a blessing to my kids. I want to be a blessing to my grandkids. But I don't feel like I really am, because here I sit. Like my daughter and son-in-law going out for his birthday tonight, out to dinner. Just alone time, the two of them. Guess the local YMCA that they're members of, they have parents' night out. And I don't know how often they do this, but every now and then you get free babysitting for 4 hours. 4 hours of free babysitting. So they're taking advantage of that. For the 3 older ones, but not the baby. They don't do infant care. And he's a year old, but I guess, they have to be potty trained for the 4-hour free babysitting. Anyways, so here's another incident that I can't step in and go over to their house and watch the baby. His mother did. So his mother's over at their house watching the youngest right now, while I'm sitting here in my bed doing what I do best. my husband, my son-in-law, my son, and my daughter, the other daughter and son-in-law, the ones who are not out to dinner right now, are going to meet at some tavern to watch a football game at 8 o'clock tonight. You know, get together, watch a game in a tavern. They might have a couple drinks. I don't drink, so it don't matter. But, I mean, get something to eat and enjoy each other's company. And here I sit in my bed. That's what I do. And so that's why I go back to, what is the point in keeping me like this? And honestly, I've gotten so much worse in the last couple years that I think, what's 6 months from now going to look like if I'm like this now? Am I going to be using a walker? Oh, and here's the other problem. God, that light on there. I'm sorry. I see myself on the screen, and it bothers me because I can't stand my hair color. I can't stand my hair. Anyways, I'm like a flippin' dog. Squirrel! Squirrel! Anyway, no, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, the functional nurse practitioner who won't take anyone who's complicated. She's going to think I'm complicated. How can I assume that I'm not complicated? Although I said on the phone, well, I know people who've got Lyme who are like using walkers and, and this and that. And she said, yeah. And I said, and I'm not there. I'm not like that. Trying to downplay the complexity of my disease. And then I get off the phone thinking, well, you liar. You are very complex. And what can she do for you when you go to her and say, I can barely walk and talk and chew gum at the same time? So I worry about that, but I'm also got an appointment in a couple weeks with an ortho specialist. I know that I saw the chiropractor, blah, 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 the spine, brain center. But I had made this appointment before, and I'm going to keep it because I want to have as many people look at my back and neck as possible and tell me why my feet are numb and tingly 24/7 and why my neck is popping out and hurting. And I'm seeing them also. But so me saying, oh, I'm not a complex case, I would think that they would probably consider a non-complex case somebody who's got Lyme disease, who probably their worst symptom is achy joints and fatigue, the chronic fatigue. I would trade that. Achy joints, which I have, but that's not my chief complaint. My chief complaint is this. This is all messed up. And it's gotten to the point now that as the night winds down, instead of like feeling, the day is over, I've gotten through it, now I can rest, my mind starts to go to tomorrow morning. I'm going to wake up with anxiety and all those weird symptoms, and I have to start all over again. I have to do this all over again. I don't want to. I'm telling you, if I had this amount of faith that I would get into heaven, I would off myself. I know that's pretty strong words. I would, but I don't even have this amount of faith that I would get into heaven by doing that. So I sit here in my bed, waiting, and just saying, God, please, if you're going to leave me like this, please help me to come to a point that I'm accepting of it. But I don't know how that's possible. How do you accept being dizzy and woozy and off balance pretty much 24/7? How do you function? You can't. I mean, honestly, I wish you could have. I should have turned the camera on while I was in Walmart, because it was one of those moments that it was really bad. And I literally was looking out thinking, am I going to start getting vertigo? Because it got to that point that I thought I was going to get the vertigo where everything just starts doing this. And I'm looking to say, am I going to actually have vertigo? Because I felt so dizzy and so out of touch with the surrounding. I can't even describe it. But anyways, I'm babbling. I'm clearly babbling right now. But the book is definitely making me rethink stuff that I already knew. She hasn't really said anything that I didn't already know. It's just being reiterated to me. So it's a good read. I'm glad I got it. And I'm going to stop this because this stinking vlog is probably 35 minutes long again. So I'm going to say good night. Good night. Love you guys. Praying for you.